Coronation Street spoilers for next week tease troubling moments for Asha Alahan as Kevin Webster plots payback and Tim Metcalfe's disturbing past finally comes to light. Upcoming episodes of Coronation Street promise major drama and highly emotional storylines, according to fresh teasers. Asha finds herself at the center of the action, struggling to cope as a sudden hospital emergency sparks fears for her mental health. Her loved ones are left heartbroken, questioning whether she might have attempted to take her own life. Meanwhile, concern also grows for Theo Silverton as he continues to lash out at Todd Grimshaw following his recent abusive behavior. Abby Franklin is pushed aside, while Kevin Webster decides to take drastic revenge. The most significant storyline focuses on Asha's inner pain, which she continues to conceal from her family. Her stepmom Bernie Winter grows increasingly anxious after noticing Asha has skipped work since being subjected to vile racist abuse weeks earlier. Drained and overwhelmed, Asha turns to alcohol before instructing Brody to manage the shop while she heads off. He is left unsettled as she vanishes down the street in tears. Events take a darker turn when Asha is discovered in distress by Theo, with Amy Barlow also present. Dev rushes to the scene where a paramedic is tending to his daughter and asks whether Asha may have taken drugs. At the hospital, Dev's fears intensify when her colleague Sienna tells him that drugs were found on Asha. Bernie, who is by his side, horrifies Dev by asking outright if Asha had tried to take her own life. What really happened, and will Asha recover? As the week progresses, Dev struggles to process his daughter's ordeal. He confides to Bernie that anger is consuming him, furious that Asha would put the family through such heartbreak. But does this confirm she truly intended to harm herself? Later, Dev visits Asha, but it remains uncertain whether she is stable and what truth she may reveal. Elsewhere, Tim Metcalfe faces a haunting blast from the past when an old acquaintance resurfaces, leading to an unsettling admission. Tim recognizes new arrival Trisha from the 1980s. Later, while out with wife Sally, he admits he already knows her. Not long after, Trisha arrives at the cab office to speak with Tim, only for Sally to intervene, making it clear she is his wife before angrily confronting him for being around Trisha. Shaken, Sally storms out, leaving Tim to reflect on his history with Trisha. His revelations leave Brian utterly shocked, as Tim confesses he had a relationship with her at 14 when she was nearly 20. Brian immediately accuses Trisha of grooming Tim during his childhood, leaving both of them horrified. He pressures Tim to acknowledge the truth, and when Sally hears about the past, Tim admits Trisha took his virginity when he was just a teenager, leaving Sally stunned. Meanwhile, Theo resurfaces after mysteriously vanishing the week before. Todd worries when he can't reach him, only for Theo to stumble across Asha unconscious on a bench in Victoria Garden. He calls out for help, only to be met later with Todd's anger. But when Amy tells Todd that Theo may have saved Asha's life, Todd begins to rethink. Later in the week, Todd hides the truth from Theo on the day of Noah's funeral, secretly attending a hospital appointment for a possible bowel cancer diagnosis. He confides in Billy Mayhew, who offers to accompany him. When Theo later spots the two together, he jumps to the wrong conclusion and explodes with fury. Elsewhere, Abby carries on her secret fling with brother-in-law Carl Webster following her split from Kevin. Debbie Webster demands they end the affair, warning Abby can't be trusted and telling Kevin to seek legal advice. Terrified of exposure, Abby attempts to warn Carl with a text, but accidentally sends the message to Kevin instead. Carl scrambles to delete it before Kevin sees, but by week's end, Kevin throws Abby out of the house. Coronation Street star promises steamy sex scenes ahead for controversial character. Coronation Street looks set for even more explosive storylines as actor Jonathan Howard hints at steamy encounters and fierce clashes for his alter ego Carl Webster. Since joining ITV's iconic soap earlier this year, Jonathan has quickly risen to prominence, with Carl at the center of messy romances and ruthless schemes. Fans have seen him entangled in a passionate affair with his brother Kevin's wife, Abby, only to later uncover he was also cheating with James behind her back. Howard's arrival has certainly shaken up Weatherfield, and he's made it clear he isn't slowing down anytime soon. Speaking to The Sun at the Inside Soap Awards 2025, the actor promised viewers plenty more scandal before Carl finally pays the price for his deceptions. "There's a lot more sex on the way. Carl's definitely going to enjoy himself," he teased. "But his reckless and selfish behavior will catch up with him eventually. He's got some major confrontations ahead as a result of the choices he's made." At 36, Howard admits the sheer number of love scenes has become something of an inside joke among the crew. "Every time I'm filming in that hotel set, the crew are like, 'Who've you got today?'" He laughed. "It's fun, honestly. It's great to play that side of intimacy and sexuality. There are definitely more raunchy moments to come." The actor, best known for Downton Abbey and Thor: The Dark World, also confessed that the daring storyline has sparked huge audience reactions. "It's been fantastic. The response has been strong," he said. "With soaps, the challenge is to keep surprising fans who feel like they've seen it all before. By adding unexpected twists like bisexuality, it gets people talking. The reaction on shows like Gogglebox and Loose Women has been brilliant. That's what soap is all about, surprising the audience." Carl has firmly earned his place in Corey's hall of infamous bad boys, though he brings something new to the table. While Peter Barlow relied on charm and Pat Phelan embraced pure villainy, Carl is more layered. His bisexuality adds a modern dimension, and he cleverly manipulates both men and women to get ahead, which has kept viewers gripped. Since arriving on the cobbles, Carl has caused nothing but turmoil. Tracy Barlow had a brief fling with him before blackmailing him over his secret with Abby. Carl retaliated by paying someone to trash her florist. More recently, he shocked fans by setting fire to a car after running down Tyrone, leaving him badly injured. He even stooped so low as to exploit his sister Debbie's dementia to deflect suspicion from his affair. Despite these shocking acts, Jonathan insists Carl isn't a villain at heart. "I don't see him as evil. He's desperate. He's selfish. And in the moment, he's just scrambling to protect himself. Those aren't good choices, but he's not a monster," the actor explained. "He's not a murderer or a sinister character. He's just a man making terrible decisions to survive." Still, Howard is adamant that Carl's reign of manipulation and deceit cannot last forever, warning that his downfall is now only a matter of time. "He can't keep slipping through the cracks and dodging the fallout of his actions," Jonathan explained. "Every bad decision Carl has made is stacking up, and it's all building towards something explosive. I honestly believe he's heading for a brutal clash with my on-screen brother, and when that confrontation finally comes, it's not going to be quiet. It's going to be absolute chaos. Secrets will spill, tempers will flare, and I think it's safe to say everything will come crashing down around him." The actor suggested that Carl's tangled web of lies will ultimately trigger his undoing, hinting that betrayals, affairs, and dangerous choices are all set to collide in spectacular fashion. For viewers, it promises a high-stakes showdown that could change the Webster family forever. With more than 10,000 episodes aired since it first hit screens in 1960, Coronation Street continues to prove why it holds the title of the world's longest-running soap opera. Even after 65 years, the show remains a master at keeping audiences on the edge of their seats, crafting stories that blend scandal, heartbreak, and shocking twists. Carl's storyline is just the latest reminder that Weatherfield's cobbled streets are still a breeding ground for betrayal and drama, and fans wouldn't have it any other way.